Today marks something of a victory for Rebel Media and the team at Hopkins World in the telling of truth not being told. In February, I was in South Africa reporting on the slaughter of white farmers by black gangs. I took a fall in the streets of Pretoria and dislocated my left arm, forcing it behind the socket. I remain eternally grateful to the private paramedics who were on the scene within 10 minutes and injected me with medical grade ketamine to relieve the pain before taking me to hospital to have my arm relocated. Ketamine is a drug typically used to deal with gunshot and stab wounds on the street or on the battlefield. But the mainstream press chose to ignore all these details, just as they ignored all my journalistic endeavours in South Africa, exposing the rape, torture and murder of white South African farmers and their families. But suddenly, when I was clearly in distress, the bottom-feeding British press were interested. The Daily Mirror ran with this headline: Katie Hopkins detained in South Africa for taking ketamine, as did hundreds of other lazy media outlets looking for easy clicks and fast traffic to their sites, irrespective of the truth or their knowledge of my history with chronic epilepsy. Sky News even made Katie Hopkins collapses after taking ketamine one of their top stories. And for absolute clarity, I've never taken ketamine, have never used any drugs not specifically administered to me by medical professionals. The Mirror corrected their story to say I was detained for spreading racial hatred. That wasn't true either. I have never been formally held, arrested or charged with any form of racial hatred or incitement, ever. In truth, my passport was taken from me as I tried to leave the country on the orders of the ANC, who hoped to prevent me entering the country in the first place. We have documented evidence of this. My passport has been marked for spreading racial hatred here in South Africa, trying to find out and tell the story of white farmers being murdered. They don't want journalists like me with a dogged determination to get to the heart of the story, asking difficult questions and revealing the truths of the genocide of the white farmer in South Africa. Land expropriation without compensation translates very differently at the hands of black gangs on the ground. There are three things I wanted you to know. Firstly, beware of the mainstream media. The pressure for clicks and hits has removed any shred of integrity from their sad world of recycled copy online. When did they actually invest money, sweat and tears to investigate anything, as I have done? Secondly, if investigating the slaughter of white farmers in South Africa makes me a racist, then it's a label I wear with pride. For every baby burned in a bath of boiling water, for every wife raped, for every elderly lady tortured with a hot iron by the gangs, the victims and survivors matter much more than any names I'm called. And finally, thank you to all my supporters, to those who took the time to report these false stories to the press regulator and to the Independent Press Standard Organisation for standing up for my truths. My documentary, Plasmord, The Killing Fields of South Africa, will be released in June 2018. Please sign up at hopkinsworld.com to receive your copy.